Initially for the month of July, I was hoping for a Canada Day headband because today is Canada Day. I was thinking something like this, maybe red down here, white in the center with some like maple leaf gems on it, and I was so excited to try and find it. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. All I was able to find was this. So instead, I took a completely different route and I decided to go with what reminds me of summer, because July is really the kickoff of summer for us here, and this is what I went with. This is officially July's headband. So it's some watermelon on some yellow plaid, which kind of makes me think of picnic. So the yellow plaid is like the blanket you put down, and then the watermelon would be what you would tend to eat at a picnic. Then it's got some colored gems. So you know what? It might not be a Canada Day headband, but I definitely think it still screams summer. However, July 1st also means it's time to update you on how that palette has been going. And quite honestly, it was not exciting. Like I definitely been making progress because I focused on a couple of shades last month, but there wasn't really anything to show again until like the very last minute, and I finally have something exciting to share with you. So just for reminder, the top picture is January and the bottom picture is from June. We had hit pan in bubbles previously after 39 uses and then unfortunately lost it due to my finger nicking it and having to repress it, but we did get bubbles back again after 80 uses. I had also previously hit pan in Hilo Sirius after 11 uses. Sweetened I was able to hit pan on after 14 uses, and then the two green shades on the bottom I was able to hit pan on Cata CE after 30 uses and Dragonfly after 21 uses. Weight change this month is pretty disappointing, and it's like I don't understand how this is happening. Back in January when I brought it in, it was 228.4 grams. Last month it weighed 224.5 grams for the second month in a row, and this month for July it weighs 224.5 grams for the third month in a row, meaning monthly change is 0 grams. Again, even though I am wearing it today, I wore it all last month. Like, there's proof that I'm using it, but it's just not showing in the weight. However, total usage so far has been 3.9 grams. And now is time for the exciting reveal. This is what my palette now looks like as of July 1st. So to go over the things that I had noticed quickly, I definitely have expanded the pan in bubbles. I'm not sure if you're able to see it, but Refresh, which is right beside bubbles, does have a nice dip kind of going in it. There is minimal pan expansion in Hilo Sirius and Sweetened because I did end up using them this month. And then the most exciting is that orangey shade on the bottom. I hit pan in Fruit Fizz after 27 uses. So to go over monthly and total uses so far, monthly is on the top, total is on the bottom. Bubbles I used 11 times this month, bringing it to 91 uses. Refresh I used 6 times, bringing it to 24. Strawberry Pear I used 5 times, bringing it to 13. Dragantini I dipped in once, bringing it to 21. Infusion I dipped in once, bringing it to 13. Hilo Sirius I used once, bringing it to 12. Sweetened I also used once, bringing it to 15. Exotic I did use 3 times, bringing it to 22. Prickly I used once, bringing it to 16. Unfortunately, both green shades on the bottom I didn't touch this month, so Cata CE is still at 40 uses, and Dragonfly is at 24 uses total. Fruit Fizz I did dip into it 5 times this month, bringing its total uses to 29. And Effervescence I did use 8 more times, bringing its total to 68. For the month of June, I was focusing on the shades Refresh and Strawberry Pear. So Refresh is described as a bubblegum pink with a silvery finish, and it is a metallic shadow. It is the shade on the top. The shade on the bottom is Strawberry Pear, and it is defined as a coral, but with a velvet finish. As I did mention earlier, I was able to get 6 uses out of Refresh and 5 out of Strawberry Pear, so I think I did pretty good with my June focus. And I got my partner to pick their favorite looks I did with each shade to share with you. The first is the look that I did with Refresh. So to do this, I used Refresh all over my lid and lower lash line to create a shape. I deepened the outer third with a shade called Caribou. I should always start this at the very beginning. All shades are Clionadh Cosmetics unless otherwise stated. I buffed out Caribou to about 1/2 with my lid with a shade called Mosaic, and then I buffed Mosaic into Refresh. The lower lash line is Caribou on the outer half and then Blaze on the inner half, and then I buffed them together in the center. The inner corner is Effervescent topped with Bubbles. That seems to be kind of what I've been doing lately, is using both shades. And then I also, on the very inner corner of my lower lash line, have the Zecia Pandora Box Glitter Eyeshadow, and I top that with my Beauty Bar Baby Multichrome Flakes in Unicorn Fantasy. Tight line is ColourPop's Joyride, and the water line is actually a duo of ColourPop. It goes Plum Smash on the outer, and then it kind of goes into the shade Peach Fuzz. Top lashes are Essence's Last Princess, and then the bottom lashes is actually another duo. It goes from ColourPop's Wine O'Clock on the outer edges to Pink Ink on the inner corner. For lips, this one I used ColourPop's Ashton as a lip liner, and then I have At Last on the outer corners by Ilia, and on the center I have Please Me by MAC. With this look, I was able to use Refresh, Effervescent, and Bubbles, so I did use 3 colors from my Pan That palette. The second look was their favorite I did with Strawberry Pear, and this one I started the same. I used Strawberry Pear all over the lid and lower lash line to create the desired shape. Then I deepened the outer third with a shade called Sandblast, and I also brought that down to about half of my lower lash line. I did buff out Sandblast with a shade called Eris, and then I buffed Eris into Strawberry Pear. I did the same thing on the lower lashes, so it goes from Sandblast to Strawberry Pear buffed with Eris. And inner corner, as you could probably guess, is Effervescent topped with Bubbles. And again, on the inner corner on the lower lash line is the Zecia colored liquid eyeshadow in Pandora Box topped with Beauty Bar Baby's Multichrome Flake in Unicorn Fantasy. Tight line is ColourPop's Joyride, but waterline this time is ColourPop's Charmer on the outer edges, and then it moves into Peach Fuzz on the inner corner. Top lashes are Essence's Lash Princess again. That's pretty much standard for me. And lower lashes this time are ColourPop's Left on Red. That Left on Red is a very frustrating mascara to use. It doesn't deposit a lot of color, and it takes quite a lot to build them up, but then they just seem to get thick. Definitely not my favorite shade to work with. And as for lips, I finished this off with ColourPop's Ashton as my lip liner, and the lip color I used was Jacqueline's Lip Cushion in Promised, which is a little bit of a spoiler alert for lip service. I had definitely got 1 use out of Promised. So for this, I was able to get 3 shades again out of my Pan That palette, 2 of them being the same. I got Strawberry Pear, Effervescent, and Bubbles. So for the month of July, I decided I wanted to focus on 3 shades. Initially, I picked 2, but then I was kind of like, well, one's more of a topper, so I decided to go with 3. My choice, I decided to go with the shade Prickly, which is described as a rich grape, and this one is a velvet finish. I did get my partner to pick the second one. I said pick any color you want that doesn't have a pan in it yet, and they decided to go with Dragantini, which I just did a couple of months ago. But Dragantini is described as a mid-tone pink with a gold to lime to turquoise shift, and this is a vibrant multichrome. And the third shade that snuck in there is Effervescent. Reading this, I was like, really? This is what Effervescent is? It is a pale peach to rainbow shimmer, and it is a sparkle shadow. I never knew Effervescent was a rainbow shimmer. I have never seen the rainbow shimmer. It has always been like a warm gold tone for me. So to give you a close-up of the 3 shades we'll be working with, this is Prickly here, then we got Dragantini, and we also have Effervescent. I definitely don't see the rainbow shimmer in it, do you? But that is my update for Pan That palette. I definitely have 3 good shades to work on for the month of July, but I'm also super happy that I finally hit pan in Fruit Fizz. That is super exciting to me. So out of 13 shades, I now have pan in 6 of them, and I still have half a year left. So thank you for spending your time with me today and watching this video. It definitely helps my channel out, and it encourages me to keep going. Until the next one I see you in, I hope the day treats you well. Bye.